Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, specifically like a year or so and a half. I don't even remember the last time I made a video, but I missed making videos, so I was like, why not just keep making them? So here I am. This video is gonna kind of just be a get ready with me slash, I guess, update you guys with how my life's been and where I am in life right now. It hasn't been such a huge while, but yeah, so let's get started. So I don't remember the last time specifically what exactly was going on with my life. I just know my videos were gym, but I kind of did my brows a little bit already. They're not the same, but it's okay. And I moisturized my face, so we're gonna go ahead and prime my face. I use the e.l.f. Power Grip, but also my makeup isn't really that kapow. I'm a very simple person, like very simple person, so I don't wear makeup at all. No, I don't wear makeup that much. I only wear it when like I want to, I guess, like big family events, going out with my friends sometimes, but majority of the time I just try my best not to wear that much makeup because I also don't want to break up my skin. So it's very simple and basic, you know. It's not like wow, it's just very, I guess you could say, natural, but I mean, it's makeup. Nothing about makeup is natural. So while we wait for that to dry, let's see where we left off in life. So currently I'm 22 now. It's crazy to say that I'm 22 because I started making videos like when I was like 15, 14, but even then, even before that, I would make videos like just for fun. Obviously never uploaded them, but it's crazy to say I'm 22. That's crazy, but I'm 22. I feel old. I feel old, even though 22 is not that, you know, like old. I feel old, but I'm 22 as of like a couple of weeks ago. I turned 22. I am still in college. I still attend UC Davis. I'm still an animal science major. I just have had to do a 5th year. It's something that I wasn't embarrassed about, but that I was disappointed in myself with. But I struggled a lot, but I feel like that's completely normal. I think the adjustment of everything like threw me off, and certain classes were very challenging, but I am still here. I am still pursuing animal science, and I still want to become a veterinarian. And yeah, so I just feel like taking a 5th year is okay. I had to tell myself that because like it's totally normal, and it's also my journey and it's my path, you know. It's not going to be the same as everyone's. So yeah. Next I'm gonna go in with foundation. I use this one. It's like a skin tint. It's not really foundation. Look, there you go. I don't like heavy stuff, so I'm gonna go in with this. But as of right now, where I am in life, like I said, I'm still in like UC Davis. I'm still studying, and I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did mention this last time, but I am still working with the dairy cows. I'm still working in the dairy. I feel like I've worked there around 3 years already. I could be wrong, but I love working with the cows. Like, it's something that very much surprised me, because I'm gonna be honest, they scared me a bit when I first started, but now like it's like I love working with them. Like, they're my favorite thing. So I'm still working there. Oh my gosh, this might be too orange for me. This is my summer shade, guys. I don't know if it's like my color, but it's okay, we're gonna work with it. I have started, well, I started like a couple months ago a small animal internship at the UC Davis vet school. It was a neurology internship, so I was looking under a lot of neurology cases, like spinal cases, brain cases. I got to see my first surgery, which was so awesome. I'm not even gonna lie, it was a brain surgery, and then my second surgery that I got to see was a spinal surgery. So that was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity, and it was just very, like, I think shadowing there in the internship at the neuro vet school, it really opened my eyes that it is actually what I want to do. I feel like recently I had so many doubts in my mind, like, is vet school really something I want to do? And I just had so many doubts in my mind, and I don't think it was necessarily I was doubting. I think I was just scared and like just overthinking so much. But I feel like since taking that internship, it really opened my eyes that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So that's that. My next internship is actually going to be in the small animal operating room, so I'm gonna get to see a bunch of cool surgeries, which I'm excited about. So yeah. But speaking about my neuro internship, I need to update you guys, like, outside of school. So I have my dog with me here. I don't think I had him the last video I did. I believe I didn't. I have my dog with me. I don't know if you, for those of you who have been here for a while, you guys know that I had 2 dogs, you know, before, like, before I went to college. I had 2 dogs during quarantine, Luna and Lucas. And something happened summer of 2024, so last summer. One of my dogs, Lucas, he became paralyzed. He was diagnosed with IVDD. We did an x-ray on him. Obviously you need an MRI to be able to fully diagnose IVDD, but because I couldn't afford it, we stuck with the x-ray, and it kind of semi-diagnosed him with IVDD. He was paralyzed, he lost his bladder control, and so because like my parents couldn't really like take care of him wise, I had to bring him over here with me at Davis to keep a close eye on him. It broke my heart to tear Luna and Lucas apart because they're siblings, and it tore my heart apart that I had to, like, you know, separate them. But no one like back home was able to take care of Lucas like I would have, in the sense that he just needs to be watched a lot, you know, because IVDD is like a disease. I don't really want to talk about it a lot through here. If you don't know what IVDD is, search it up. But IVDD is like, it's a disease, so it can come back. He did gain his mobility back. We did like a medication route, which is just a lot of strict crate rest and just, you know, only taking him out for potty that summer, and like limiting movement so that his back, you know, can get back and so he can gain mobility. He did gain mobility back. Obviously he can't walk like he used to. He's like kind of still has like a bit, not that much stability, I guess you could say, but he did get his mobility back. And he also gained his bladder control back. So there was a while where me and like my mom, we had to like express his bladder for him because he had no control for that, because he was in like the second to last serious level. He gained his mobility back, I believe, like a month in or a couple weeks in, which was awesome, but we still had to do crate rest. He is finally back to normal. That was summer of 2024, like I said, so he is back to normal. well, as normal as he could get. But like I said, IVTD is a disease, so he can still get it. Like, so I have to really be cautious about him jumping, no running, and if he does run, just like really quick but not too much. You know, supporting his back, especially during the winter, because the winter like can cause flare-ups. So I just keep a close eye on him. He is with me. That's why I don't know if you guys can see, I have a bed. He's on his little bed. You can't really see him, he's behind me, but I have like his bed set up. But I just put concealer. I use the elf, hold up, it looks weird. I use the elf hydrating camo concealer. I'm not a beauty person, guys. So yeah, so Lucas has been here with me for I think over a year now. I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly. I know it happened July 2024. So yeah, a year now. A year and a half, I think. It was the most scary thing to happen because, you know, euthanasia was on the table when his veterinarian talked to us about it. But I didn't give up on him. He's walking like normal. Oh, as normal as you could get. So yeah, so that's a little update. And I guess that's also what got me into neurology and learning neurology, is because of him. So I got to see a lot of similar cases with with other dogs that have his conditions. And you know, like the surgery I saw was actually for an IVDD dog. He was like the worst of the worst levels, so he needed surgery ASAP. I couldn't afford surgery. If I could, I would have given it to him, but I couldn't afford it. So the medication and, you know, strict crate rest was the only route. I also did laser therapy on him. So that's that. So now we're gonna go in with blush. I use the Milani. It's rough out here, okay? It don't look the best, but it's my favorite one. So anyways, school, I mentioned I'm a 5th year. I'm still studying nanoscience majors. I guess plans after I graduate. If I graduate. No, I will graduate. I'm still debating that. I'm debating applying to vet school right away, you know, when they open up next year, or taking a gap year and, you know, working more in a vet clinic and, like, you know, gain more clinical experience / skills. I am still kind of, you know, debating that, but I do know I want to apply to vet school. I am scared though, because I know, like, I'm not the most straight A student, you know. Like I said, I struggled a lot here in college, here in Davis, and, you know, I guess that's why I also stopped vlogging or making videos, is because, you know, I was struggling. I was going through it with school and other stuff, and like my mental health and, you know, everything that, you know, that's why I stopped. I was just struggling a lot. And yeah, so I know I want to apply to vet school. I just don't know yet if I want to apply next year, like when it opens up, or take a gap year, you know, for myself, because I do feel academic burnout coming up, and I just feel like I just need, like, you know, to like a break before I do another 4 years, you know. But vet school is still on the plan, absolutely, you know. And yeah, it's like, yeah, I feel like I mentioned, you know, I was going through a lot mentally. I feel like school took a toll on me, in the sense that I was struggling with classes, specifically chemistry and OChem. Oh my gosh, genetics, they kicked my ass, guys, let's just say that. And, you know, I feel like I beat myself up a lot when stuff like this comes up, because I feel like I know I could do better, and I feel like I'm too hard on myself sometimes, that sometimes I have to take a step back and tell myself it is okay, you know, like it's okay to feel this, it's okay to, like, you know, feel lost, it's okay to struggle, like everybody struggles. And I feel like sometimes I have to remind myself that, you know. But I feel like, yeah, and yeah, that's kind of an update in like school and like my life right now. Another thing, I guess another update in my life is gym. So I believe the last video I did was like relating to like the gym, because I did start a weight loss journey. I don't know how long it's been, like when exactly I started like my weight loss journey. Like I said, it's been a while, but I think the last video I did, I was kind of, you know, going into that gym, you know, era, and like losing weight. So I did lose weight. I lost about, I believe, 65 pounds, 70 almost, I believe. I'm going in with my setting powder, by the way. I usually just do my bags, not gonna lie, because my bags are terrible right now. I say a lot of ums, okay guys. I'm getting back to this. Relax. I was about to say it again. Okay. Sorry, I'm like distracted because I want to get this right. Okay, so I started my weight loss journey, I believe it was October 2023 or October 2024. It was one of those. I know it was around October. I started my weight loss journey. I think it was 2023, but I'm not sure. I started my weight loss journey. Since then, I've lost 65 pounds, 70 pounds. But I mentioned earlier, I was going through a lot, like, you know, mentally, you know. I think, you know, mentally I like put myself in this hole, and I have gained since then a couple of pounds back. I'm not gonna say how much because, you know, that doesn't matter. But you know, led to me kind of slowing down in the gym. My gym wasn't consistent. I lost motivation, I lost discipline, I lost everything. And I also think school had a lot to do with it as well, because, you know, I was really focused on my grades, really focused on, you know, getting my classes, being able to graduate, and, you know, finding out I had to take a 5th year, I think also took a really huge toll on me. Like, I didn't let a lot of people know that, but it did, you know, it did, because I usually am someone who, like, I like having a plan, you know, I like sticking to my plan. And, you know, when something doesn't go my way, go through my timeline, like, it's something that I've struggled with. So I think all these contributing factors that I'm talking about, like, really also, like, contributed to that. And so I have gained some weight since then. But I'm in the process of getting back into, you know, that momentum. And this is why I also started making videos, because, like, it's something like, it's a hobby of mine that I miss, and that is a part of me, I feel like. So yeah, now going back to that consistent routine of a gym, eating well, you know, but also taking care of myself mentally with school, you know, and all that jazz. So yeah, but I'm getting better now, guys, so don't worry. But I remember I did get a bunch of questions when I posted a lot about my weight loss, what I did. So I guess we could talk about that. Going in with more blush. I'm using another Milani, but this is a powder blush. It's in the shade Wild Rose. So yeah. So what I did to lose weight, I mean, I just started becoming more active. I wasn't the most active person before I started losing weight, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't go to the gym, I didn't eat healthy, I didn't do any of that. So I kind of just slowly started going to the gym. My workout routines, I'm not even going to lie, were the most basic routines. It was like mostly full body workout routines and like core, like targeting my stomach, because I want to lose weight in my stomach. And slowly but surely, a month into gymming, I started, you know, thinking about like researching a bunch of stuff, calorie deficit, meals, all that jazz. Now we're gonna go with that. That is pretty much like literally what I do, guys. By the way, like very basic. I'm gonna go in with the studies right now. Most of my stuff is from Alpha or someone. What were you saying? I lost track of time. I don't know what I was saying. I'm gonna curl my lashes, by the way. Oh yeah. I rant a lot, guys. But that's why I love making videos, because I could just talk like crazy, you know? Talk like with you guys. Yeah, so I started researching calorie deficit and I applied all those things. I really focused on myself that year. But like, I think I was focusing too much on it and like kind of cut out my hobbies like this and just was kind of just doing gym and school. And I feel like sometimes it can take a toll on people, because sometimes you need to do stuff that like you love. Like, not saying I don't love the gym, I do, it's one of my hobbies, but like also other things besides school. So yeah. But I love the gym though. Like, it's just kind of a way to de-stress. These videos are also just for me to look back, you know, when I'm older and, you know, be like, oh wow, that's where I was, look at where I am now. And I feel like this is something I want to say. I feel like I'm someone who really gets carried away a lot with like the end goal, which is vet school. You know, I want to get into vet school, I want to become a veterinarian, and I get lost in that sense and like blinded that like I just kind of straight down look at it. But I feel like it's important to remember our small wins. Like, I feel like I tend to forget my small wins. Like, I remember, you know, I just tend to forget. I feel like I have to remember that 15-year-old me who was doing YouTube videos and posting them, and like you know, kindergarten me who wanted to become a veterinarian and go to UC Davis, which is crazy. I was in kindergarten when I said I wanted to become a freaking vet and go to UC Davis. I feel like we tend to forget, like, we're making our younger selves proud to where we are right now, you know? Like, high school me would have never thought I'd be here right now at UC Davis, you know? High school me would be proud of me. Middle school me would be proud of me, you know? Like, we had all these dreams, you know, and we are in the process of making those dreams happen, and we just forget to remember our small wins, you know? I got into UC Davis. I'm in a small animal, I'm interning in the UC Davis vet school, you know. I'm going to the gym. You know, I'm like, I've lost this amount of weight. Like, I feel like the important take-home message really for me, like, you know, what I've learned is that it's important to remember your small wins, and I tend to forget that, and I have to remind myself that. But yeah, I guess that's kind of what's going on with my life right now, guys. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. I just ramble, guys. What can I say? I actually had a really good time filming this. I missed making videos, you know, just for fun, and just, you know, it's just something I've always loved doing. So I might keep posting, you know. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna post every week, I'm not sure about that, but, you know, post here and there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys, you know, want to watch specific videos on anything, let me know. But other than that, thank you for watching, and yeah, here was a update on how I've been. And it's just crazy that I'm 22. I'm sorry, guys. It's just crazy that I'm 22, and when I started videos, you know, when I started posting them, I was like 15, and it's crazy, you know, like how fast time flies. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.